Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to discuss the three main things that entrepreneurs, business leaders, who's ever interested in business in general, needs to know about economics and economic concepts that can be applied to business. Let's dig right in. Welcome back. So I know for a lot of regular folk, such as myself, economics can be a topic that can seem a bit jarring. It conjures up images of different graphs and dizzying amounts of different kinds of jargon. And it's just generally not a very positive image, at least not for myself. But there are some useful things, obviously, that we can take away from economics as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as leaders, that we can take from theory and apply to practice. So, three different topics that I think are important. First of all, opportunity cost. Everything has a financial cost, a fiscal cost, a monetary cost, but everything also has an opportunity cost. So when we choose to do something, we choose not to do something else. That's the first thing. The second thing is supply and demand. Obviously, understanding the ways in which the market works helps us tailor our solution to the specific situation that's going on in the marketplace. And lastly, different economic indicators that we see on the news. What are those good for us entrepreneurs? Perfect, so let's dig deeper into opportunity cost. So in economics, opportunity cost is the loss of potential gain from other aspects and activities when choosing one activity. So in simpler terms, when you choose to do something, you choose not to do something else. There's always a commission and an omission. And as we know, sins can be of commission and of omission. So it's important to know that, for example, when we're doing strategy work, a strategy is often a selection of things that we're not going to do. And that's a better way of understanding strategy. When we choose things that we want to do, it's easier to say that, hey, this one thing relates to another thing that's in our strategy, so therefore I should do that. And there begins to cascade an infinite amount of things that you can do. But that's where a strategy of omissions comes up, if you will. And in this level of analysis, it's important to understand that what you don't do has a cost and what you do has a cost. So just having that paradigm, that mindset in mind helps you make better strategic choices. Next up, we have supply and demand, which is probably the most famous and most known and understood economic phenomena, but there are still a couple of things that business owners can take away from understanding supply and demand on a deeper level than general folk. First of all, if there's a high demand, a price should increase. What's the lesson here? The lesson is that if your services are in constant demand, you're constantly running out of production resources, it's likely a sign that you're selling something for too cheap. So that's a situation where you should raise prices. Even though I get it, it feels scary, it feels like you're gonna lose some clients, but increasing prices in that situation is critical, and understanding the functionality of supply and demand helps you sort of detach from that decision, and thus makes it easier to make that difficult decision to increase prices, which ultimately is the responsible decision. Secondly, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, by understanding the general trends of supply and demand in different markets, helps you understand different moves and different things that happen in the marketplace, and help you create different risk and other scenarios that help you prepare for the future, again on a strategic level. So understanding that if a supply of one product goes up, it might not be fiscally sustainable to keep producing that product. It might be worth sunsetting that and going all in on something else, and decisions like that. So understanding supply and demand could be a very important factor in measuring your success. Lastly, economic indicators. GDP, inflation rate, employment rate, unemployment rate, all of these different figures are on the news constantly, and it's difficult to sometimes know what to do with those figures. So here are a couple of things that you can do. If you keep an eye on these different indicators, it might, again, at the strategy level, help you understand which times are good for example, product launches. So for example, if consumer trust is going down, it might not be the best time to launch a new product line, and instead focus on how to make the existing product as attractive as physically possible to get you through that hump. On the other hand, if inflation is going up, it also means that likely you'll have to raise your salaries at some point, which means that you have to somehow figure out how to cover that cost, which means that you'll likely have to increase your prices again at some point. And this is a decision that has to be thought through. It has to be figured out how you do that responsibly, how you retain clients even though you're in a difficult situation, possibly financially. So understanding these different economic indicators, following them, understanding where the market generally is going. Are we in a bear? Are we in a bull market? Understanding all of these different general trends allows you to understand what's happening around you, and thus helps you make better decisions at the strategy level. So, in summary, economics isn't just for economists. Us general folk and regular folk can benefit from understanding basic economics as well. And we haven't even gone into more difficult topics such as isocost lines or the Nash equilibrium or stuff like that, which is also, in general, easy enough to understand, but can be of huge benefit. If you'd like a video on such topics, let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe so you can keep up to date on what I'm doing. If you want, you can follow me on Instagram and LinkedIn. And other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.